Once upon a time, in a small town nestled in the mountains, there lived a man named John. John was a veteran of the war, who had served his country with distinction. He returned from the war with physical and emotional scars, but he was determined to put his past behind him and start a new life. However, peace was not meant to be for John. The town he had settled in was plagued by a notorious gang of criminals who terrorized the people and were known to be involved in various illegal activities. The local authorities were unable to bring the gang to justice, and the people lived in fear. One day, John's friend, a local storekeeper, was beaten and robbed by the gang. This was the last straw for John. He knew that it was time for him to take action and put an end to the reign of terror once and for all. John went into the wilderness and trained himself, honing his combat skills to perfection. He then returned to the town, armed with only his courage and his wits, determined to take down the gang. The gang was caught off guard by John's sudden appearance, and a violent showdown ensued. John was relentless, fighting with the skills he had learned in the war, and the gang was no match for him. One by one, they fell until only their leader was left. The leader was a ruthless and cunning man, but John was not intimidated. The two men engaged in a fierce battle, but in the end, John emerged victorious. The town was finally free of the gang's tyranny, and the people hailed John as a hero. John disappeared back into the wilderness, but his legend lived on. The people of the town told and retold the story of the veteran who had risen to the occasion and saved them from a life of fear. And so, John, like Rambo before him, became a symbol of hope for all those who dared to stand up against oppression and fight for justice.